It's a natural progression leading up to the event, such magnitude. Somewhere deep inside, he is feeling emotions that he's unaware of. So while he's excited about the shift and about the broadcast, he is putting on a brave face for himself and for the people around him, and it is causing him to feel a little bit of depression. He is repressing some emotions, and it's just working its way up. There's nothing to worry about. It's not so much depression that he's feeling, it is just a repression of his emotions bubbling to the surface. It's hard for him to continue playing the part in his life while he knows this information. This is why he is feeling depressed, as if a poet were unable to write the words his soul and heart truly desired.
Thank you. I do understand. And how will he feel when the broadcast starts occurring?
There will be a sense of relief at first. The big build up to the broadcast is the feeling of worry that it will not happen. So once it does happen, the shock will overtake the shock will overtake everything, but then a sense of relief will also start to show itself. The disbelief that it has actually happened is going to be at the forefront of his emotions. There will be a period of adjustment while he comes to realize the culmination of all of his beliefs showing itself.
Thank you. And um, will there be an energy that he will feel of some sort of upgrade?
The energy will feel surreal. It will almost not feel like it's real. Suddenly, there will be this veil of so much more placed upon the earth. It will seem like a dream. It will seem like something you can't explain. It's a feeling, yes. The energy will be very strange for everybody to feel. It is not really describable by words. It is like many of the higher feelings and experiences in unexplainable by words, but it will be very surreal, and it will be the energy will be noticed, it will be washed over the people, if that makes sense.
Yes, thank you. And will he be able to connect with anyone during the first day of the broadcast um, on the internet?
The broadcast will be broadcasted over all devices as it will be broadcast in the sky. There will be no escaping the broadcast. In the first moments, first uh, the first urge will not be to contact everybody. It will be to have your own have your own experience, then tend to the experience of those around you. No, not in the first while will you be able to contact anybody digitally. Your phones will be, your phones will have a screen on them that will not be escapable. You will not be able to minimize or exit out of the broadcast while it is happening.
And in terms of the first day, how long will that broadcast last for?
A few hours.
Sorry, can you repeat?
A few hours.
Okay. And then after the few hours, will then you be able to use your internet?
Everything will go back to normal once the broadcast is finished.
Okay, so for someone like myself who is in a different time zone, after a few hours, I'll be able to connect to Andre, for example.
You'll be able to connect to the people in your designated area. You will not be able to contact Andre. There will be limitations to the extent of your communication. This is to not spoil the surprise for anybody else.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And then can you remind me how many days this broadcast is going to continue on for?
We see 4 to 5 days.
Okay, thank you. And after the broadcast, will people still be able to buy food? I mean, is there going to be anything that people need to be aware of now and maybe provide for their families beforehand?
With the broadcast, there will be the energies and the upgrades, and this will create a sense of community. No one will be left without the... It would be wise to have some food in the fridge, but it is not going to be a problem. The issue would be, having seen the broadcast, wanting to go to the supermarket or wanting to go out and get food or get a takeaway, or it is going to be a very surreal moment and most will be in a state of shock.
Okay, thank you so much. And then after the broadcast, is our money system, can we still spend the money that we have? Is our currency still going to exist?
Everything will be running as when the broadcasts finish, things will go back to the way they were. It will be a progressive thing as people start to view their possessions and their spendings differently, and they will view their purpose differently. So as people's perspective starts to change, the need for money will change. There will be barter, money exchanged hands, but it will be a different sort of energy with regards to this. So for instance, if somebody owns a shop, a food shop, and person X has run out of food, he will go to the shop, he will have no money, and the person in the shop will say, that's okay, take some of this and take some of this, and if you run out of that, come to me. The same will happen if the person in the shop runs out of food for the shop. The vegetable growers will say, hey, take some of our vegetables and distribute them to people who need them. It's that kind of thing. it will be a progressive sort of thing. The mindset will be different. It will be more about producing food and crops for the purpose of feeding our community as opposed to making lots of money and creating wealth.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, and so I can understand it, the broadcast has been pre-recorded and it's going to be played at each individual time zone at 6 a.m. Is that correct?
Sort of. It's not, it has been pre-recorded as from your perspective, but it is so much more magical than that. It is not so much a recording, merely a display of vibrations.
Okay, thank you. Is it gonna be like those, what do they call them? Those the Northern Lights? Is there going to be kind of like that kind of feel with the
It's similar here, yes, um, as it paints the sky. The the connection to your devices will be an interception from us. It will not be, and the interception will be coming from Central America, and it will make its way and override the systems that can broadcast onto devices. We have very technical and useful and powerful methods of intercepting your electronics. And that is essentially how it's going to be done, as if we were hacking your systems. Everything is energy. It's all just energy. And we are manipulating the energy to provide this show for you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Are we also able to send love and a lot of releasing for people who are starting to still feel anxious about this? We don't want anyone holding on to anything that no longer serves them. Is that possible to be able to send a big love and release to all who need it?
Absolutely, that is what's happening at the moment. You are finding people around you easily triggered as they release the remnants of their shadow and their traumas and their experiences that would be perceived as negative. They are feeling something in the air and they don't quite know what it is. It is causing them to be a little uneasy. It's causing them to look for a place to dump their stuff. And that can be the person standing in front of them. It can be a video that they make. It can be dangerous driving. It can be punching a wall. All this kind of stuff is just a displacement of energy, and that's what the energies at the moment are helping to have take place.
Thank you. Is there any advice that you would like to give people who are struggling to release and ground out that energy?
Nobody is struggling to release. It is happening very, very easily for people. The advice we would give is to allow yourself to feel the emotions, because repressed emotions will build up and be released in a greater way. And if you just allow yourself to have your little moments to sit back and take some time to acknowledge and feel the little bits of emotion that are coming up, it will make the process easier. But you will release and are releasing without any effort. It is just a difficult experience.
Okay, thank you very much. And then moving forward, in other sessions, we've discovered and discussed a lot about natural disasters that are going to take place up until the end of the year. What can you tell us about those now?
The natural disasters will take place towards the end of November as sort of a cleansing of the earth. It is a necessary evil to have some of the souls that have chosen to make their exit to help them with this. It is also a changing of the shape of the earth in some places as the soul starts to make her transition, as if a face loses all expression once the soul starts to leave. This is sort of what is happening on a very basic level. There are also bases at certain points around the world that will be detonated as the last of the reptilians leave. This will create ripples around the world, and as the structures and manipulations of weather, manipulations of ground and foundation start to fall away, this will also create ripples on the earth, and it will culminate in natural disasters.
Thank you. And we've had many conversations about this in other sessions. We can now accept and understand the reasons for that. So thank you so much. And are you able to clarify, because a lot of people are still thinking, well, after this broadcast and things get much more back on track, is it really necessary for us to leave? And you did say that yes, it is still necessary. So how can you summarize the reasons why for people who are new to the channel?
If you think as everything is vibration and frequency, you, even in the beginning stages of your enlightenment, will understand that in order for you to be able to experience a certain frequency or vibration, you must align with that frequency or vibration. For instance, on your planet right now, there are many different levels, many different frequencies, many different vibrations, and you are unable to see most of these. The spectrum of light is only very partially visible for you. This is why you see your physical world as it is. But what you don't see are the many different vibrations around you. This can be used as an example when you see a ghost, when you see a fairy, when you see aliens. We are all different frequencies and vibrations. And when you are vibrating at a certain frequency that is different to ours, you will not be able to see us, though we are all around you. So, as this new earth, a new dimension, new frequency is showing itself to you, you have and are in the process of aligning with that vibration and that frequency. So you have been releasing and shedding your lower density emotions and traumas and attachments so that you can be lighter and you can change your mindsets and gradually raise and increase your vibration and your frequency. This broadcast is going to be a huge step in raising your vibration and frequency to aligning with this new life that you so desire. The reason all of this healing and change is taking place for the better in the months coming is so that you can further align and raise your vibration to align with the fifth dimension. So although it sounds that like, well, if everything is going to be hunky-dory, why not just stay here? That is not really how it works at this point. The Earth's soul has chosen to leave this body and reincarnate on a new planet in a new dimension. And in order for us to go with her, we need also to do our work to align with the same frequency. And the months coming will be big in achieving this. We hope this makes.
Thank you. Fantastic. Okay. Wonderful. And then I just feel so excited. I'm so excited. So thank you. And is there any other information that you want us to know about regarding the broadcast or regarding anything that's important for us to know today?
We urge you to do your very best to just go with the flow at this point. It is very close, and you do not have to wait much longer to get your answers. Once the broadcast happens, everything, as you will see, will fall into place, and you will not worry anymore. The next months will be confusing and strange for you all, but you will, with the new information, with the new energies and the upgrades and activations, fall into this new way of life in a very manageable and easy way. But you should know there will be a point of, or a part of the upcoming months that will be designated to releasing and coming to terms with the information that you will have heard. So the advice we want to give you is to just trust, go with the flow. Try your very best to keep yourself in a place of love, in a high vibration. This will make it so much easier. Take time to yourself, nurture yourself, and do whatever makes you feel relaxed and centered in the moments leading up to the shift.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And are we able to understand the connection between Andre and myself, please? What have we done in the past lifetime together? Have we had past lifetimes together?
There is a very strong soul connection between the two of you. You have chosen in this life to come together at this point, to work together, to help to spread the word that we are sending to you. Andre is a good vessel to help with this. It is also teaching him many things about himself. It is teaching Joanne many things about herself. In the past lives, there was teaching, there was messages and communications from the Palladians and the Arcturians, different civilizations coming together to share their gifts and their knowledge between the nations of the cosmos. You have had many lives together doing this, and you will have many more. You have felt a very strong connection with each other in the last few days that you have known each other. And the reason why you feel like you have known each other for many lifetimes is because, in fact, you have. And you have always come together to grow together, to learn and teach together in different roles.
Thank you so much. And will we be able to connect with each other on the new earth?
Oh yes, you are part of Soul Family.
Ah, how fantastic. And what will Andre look like in the new earth?
He will be recognizable as himself, but he will look different. We all have our bodies on the new earth, but they will look different because the vibration is different, the frequency is different. We will start off in some way ourselves, and as we learn and start to master our gifts, our bodies will change, and because the consciousness is different, the perception of the body will be different over time. So over time, the bodies will be fit and healthy, and the light bodies will be tall and proud. There will be no obesity, there will be no malnutrition. Everyone will have a similar type of athleticism. It is hard to explain again because it is all about the perception, and you will not be in the dense form that you are currently in. You can, with time, sort of be whatever you want to be and look however you want to look. You will have wonderful powers of manifestation, and it over time will become instant. You will find that you will not feel the need or want to be specifically physically perfect. It will not be high up on your agenda, but you will want to feel strong and healthy and agile and fit, and this is what will happen.
Fantastic, thank you. And on the new earth, will we work together?
Andre and you, Andre and
Yes, Andre and myself.
yes, you have met at this time to connect in this life so that you can continue your teachings in the next on the new earth.
Okay, thank you very much. And does Andre have anything to do with my walk-in?
Your souls are all connected, so you have chosen to connect at different times. Andre has also had a walk-in, but the walk-in has a shared soul with Andre. It is like a different aspect of the one.
And when did that walk-in occur?
Andre is aware of a moment when he lived in London of this inner knowing that his life had to change and he had to move on to a different place. This was the change. And it is why things that no longer resonated with him, or things that resonated with him, started to no longer resonate with him. It was a different aspect of his soul. If you think about it, all souls are one. So every aspect of every soul is an aspect of the one soul.
Thank you. And the Andre's walk-in, does it have its own mission and purpose, or what was its intention for helping Andre?
It was like one part of the soul wanted to experience a certain thing. And then once that was experienced, it was time for the other aspect of the soul to come and learn about the other things. Things like finding spirituality, finding a soul tribe, learning new skills, about teaching and growing. So one wanted to know about the more heavy emotions and heavy experiences, and the other wanted to learn more about the lighter and more uplifting experiences.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And subconscious, in terms of his sleeping, how many hours does his body need to sleep?
It is like this. You have heard of the REM cycle.
Yes.
You can sleep for 2 hours and feel amazing. You can sleep for 2 hours and 1 minute and feel absolutely terrible. It is sort of like that. As long as you can create a, a routine uh, of either 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 hours of sleep. It will not matter whether one night you have 2 hours, one night you have 4 or 6. If you are within the REM cycle, you will be as energized as you need. So Andre tends to sleep a decent amount, but can often slip over into the gray area of sleep cycle, and this is when he feels the most tired and the most worn out by the day.
Okay. Thank you. And is there anything else you want him to do for his body during this time?
He is neglecting his diet and his fitness, and we understand why this is happening. It is just in anticipation of what is coming up, but we urge him to look at his patterns of eating and patterns of exercise so that he is just keeping himself lighter and less weighed down. There is a sort of subconscious desire to weigh himself down so that he's not taken too far into the spiritual experience while he waits for the broadcast and the shift. He is looking to remain in the 3D feeling.
Okay, I understand. Thank you. Thank you very much. And is there anything else you'd like to give him today? Any experiences for upliftment?
Tonight is about relaxation. We would like everybody to feel relaxed and grounded and centered. We would like everybody to imagine themselves in a bubble of warm, beautiful white light that calms us and reassures us and keeps us safe. We would like everybody to imagine themselves in this bubble of white light wherever they go and with whatever they're doing, and to know that they are loved and supported and valued and appreciated. And we understand that this is a difficult time for all. Do not think that your effort and your dedication to your missions is going unnoticed. Do not think for 1 second that we are annoyed by questions or annoyed by lack of faith or disbelief. We see things from the highest picture, from the biggest picture. We understand, and we are with you, and we are helping you. It is hard for us because we can sense and feel the anxiety with regards to upcoming events and the future moving forward. So we wish we could take the feelings of anxiety away from you. But unfortunately, we have had to accept that there is very little we can do but reassure you again and again that all is well and all is going perfectly in divine timing.
Thank
And
you.
you will understand very soon. And you will think, I should have just trusted. But that's okay. It's okay.
Thank you. And so we will remember how we should have just trusted the process after the fact, when we reflect back on pre-knowing the broadcast was going to occur and then our feelings through the broadcast. So we will not feel so anxious about the shift in December. Is that what we're learning as well?
I liken it to this. Have you ever gone through your life, maybe a period of a few months, where you have worried? Say you're going through many bad relationships and you're always in worry. And then you have many bad experiences, many bad breakups, and then all of a sudden you meet the love of your life and you're so happy and everything is starting to work out for you. And you say to yourself, I should have just trusted the process because it was leading me to this wonderful place in my life. That is the experience we wish to give to you today.
Thank you. Yes, I do. I can relate to that. And what is the purpose for us knowing this information earlier?
Not everybody knows this information. It is the select few who have chosen to find out this information in advance so that they can be ready and at a place where they can be of service to others who will be learning the information for the first time.
So everyone who is drawn to listening to these videos have a purpose and a role for this coming event.
Yes, yes. It will be so that the people who are in fear will look around and see the people in the know remaining to an extent calm and unsurprised of the events. And that will in turn create a sense of calm in the people. They will sort of think, oh, people are aware of this. People knew it was going to happen. So it's not a shock to everybody. It makes it more relatable. It makes it more uh, makes it more makes it more the human experience.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And is there any final messages before we go?
Oh my god, just trying to figure out what to say. It is going to be a very strange and surreal time for you. But we wish to remind you that as strange and surreal as it will be, remember it is coming as assistance to you. It is coming as service to you. It is being done with love to awaken you and to show you the path to the light. So when you find yourself worrying and looking around and seeing people in dismay and confusion, and you yourselves start to feel these feelings, remember, it is with love that these messages are broadcast to you. And it is with love that we assist and move you forward into the most wonderful and miraculous years of your lives and the greatest shift that the universe has ever seen. It will all be worth it, we assure you.